we're going to get to a few different things that's being talked about and that's going on in the media. It's a lot. At first I was trying to enjoy, but then I'd be a few days behind if I don't bring you guys the TTT and what's going on. So, allow me a few moments to get into my screen, give you the information that's going on. Of course, we know Cassie made a statement. Her attorney let you guys know what was being said. There I am, and now I exited out. Will it come back up? Okay, there I am. Okay, huge, biggest day. Hey, okay, so thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm here for you guys. I told you I would be. That's my fault because I probably should have said I won't be live today, but I'm live because there's a lot going on. While people are coming in, we're going to talk about Cassie's statement, and then we're going to get into some deep stuff that's being talked about in regards to Cassie. So let's get into the disclaimer. We're going to generally talk about what's going on because right now, Cassie and Diddy, more so Cassie, is allegedly being sued by a gentleman that felt he got something. I have to be general until after the 9 minutes. He felt he got something. Um, but we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna let him kind of go in because, baby, this is a tripped out thing. We talked about this yesterday, and then it came out even more so because I knew I saw the video of him talking about it, and I generally spoke about it. So he's even going live, even more so, talking about Cassie and Diddy, and basically saying they knew that if I was, he was basically saying they knew if he was to come out and speak, it would kind of distract away from, they didn't want this gentleman to speak. Let's just say that. Okay, so let's get into, okay, let me do my disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Gotta protect the page. Always protecting the page. Okay, so I'm enjoying the holiday, doing me, and then I'm constantly seeing this post, what's being said, what's being talked about. But for now, we're gonna get into Cassie's statement that her attorneys made for her not to let Diddy out of jail, and we need to talk about that. And now we have people that's coming after Cassie with a lawsuit. So let's get into her statement first, and then we're going to talk about what this all means. Because many people were like, well, is she kind of with him? Why is she saying she still has love for him? And could this be the reason? They probably knew, we didn't know, that there was a gentleman that was going to speak out against Cassie. So let's get to the statement from the lawyer. Hi, thank you for being here. It's the holiday. Happy 4th, everybody. I wasn't going to go live, but then that means I would be a day behind. So let's get into our statement. Like the videos, you guys come in, and then we're going to talk about what this gentleman has to say about Cassie. So we're going to allow people time to come in, but we're going to get to her statement first. That she didn't, of course, want Diddy to get out of jail.
What are you learning?
Her attorney, Doug Wiggler, just sent us the.
Now I understand, Aaron, a statement has been given on behalf of Cassie Ventura, star witness in this case. What are you learning?
Her attorney, Doug Wiggler, just sent us the following statement. This entire criminal process started when our client, Cassie Ventura, had the courage to file her civil complaint in November 2023. And here we should say that's true. The criminal investigation is largely based on the statements in Cassie Ventura's lawsuit, and intensified, of course, once video from the 2016 hotel security camera became public. The statement from Doug Wiggler, her attorney, goes on to say, although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie's attorney, Doug Wiggler, goes on to say, Cassie has left an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the fight for justice. We must repeat with no reservation that we believe and support our client, who showed exemplary courage throughout this trial. She testified for 4 days, often quite emotionally so, giving graphic, explicit detail of what she said she was made to do. And Sean Combs did not deny the facts of the freak-offs. Everything that happened in those hotel rooms did not get challenged by the defense. The defense simply saw it differently, as something that went on in a personal, consensual relationship, not sex trafficking. And that's how the outcome is reflected now, Kira.
Bernard, I want to go on to read another part of that statement on behalf of Cassie Ventura's attorney, saying she displayed unquestionable strength and brought attention to the realities of powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that has persisted for decades without repercussion. This case proved that change is long overdue, and we will continue to fight on behalf of survivors. Two things that stood out to me: powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that persists, and change that is long overdue. Your thoughts?
Power and money. You can buy yourself out of a conviction. Let's be honest, that if Sean Combs wasn't able to get the team that he got and pay for, that defense team and experts and investigators to help defend himself, that he would have had a different outcome today. But money and power, that you can still get away with fine if you have money and power. But I have to say, I was in a courtroom for Cassie's testimony, and she was a strong witness. You can tell that the courage that she had, the strength that she exhibited. I mean, when she spoke and when she replied from time to time, when she revisited those freak-offs and when she revisited those times where Sean Combs brutally beat her, and to see her in court sitting down, showing the strength and courage that she was able to overcome this. I think one of the most strongest moments that brought people to tears is when she said at some point that she went home and she told her husband, "You can do this without me," and that she wanted to cross the street and commit suicide because of what she had been through. But I'm glad that Cassie has been able to pick herself up and has been able to move on, taking it day by day, because it does show the strength that she got as a result of coming forward. That coming forward helped to bring closure to her.
Okay, so we're going to get into a few different things. That was allegedly Cassie's statement. So there's a lot still going on, y'all, after the trial. We're going to generally speak because if y'all did not know, after the trial, there was a lot that happened. When they thought that Diddy was going to get out, let's generally talk about what was happening outside. When the family was leaving, they were excited. They were thinking he's done with the RICO part of it, and there's two other charges that he has. So the family leaves, and of course the family comes back. And as the family's gone for those few hours, there's people in the street and they're talking about, well, the feds allegedly should have did better in bringing up the cases. There's people that they talked about. This is huge part of it. And I talked about this. There's people that they talked about that didn't even take the stand. That's almost unfair that the people they talked about didn't even take the stand and they're talking about them, like a KK and some of the other ex workers. I just watched a video in regards to a man that had an interview and he was talking about, they talked about him and he wrote a book and the judge allegedly wanted the book. I'm gonna be general, but I'm gonna just tell you what I just heard. I just saw the interview. So I'm home trying to chill with fam, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this interview is live, and they've been talking about this guy for a few days. Let me see. His name is Clayton. This gentleman right here, his name is Clayton. So Clayton just finished an interview with Tasha. I'll just say it. Very, very interesting interview. Him and Tasha had been cool for a while. Him and Tasha had been talking for a while. And Tasha wanted to do his interview, but allegedly he might have been on the list to speak. He didn't speak and he didn't take the stand. So allegedly he had been working with Blackburn, and he had told Blackburn that he was going to write a book. He did write the book, and the courts wanted the book. But Blackburn didn't want to release the book of Mr. Clayton Howard. So make a long story short, allegedly they didn't want him to take the stand because it would have made Cassie not look in a favorable light. Allegedly, he has a different thought and feeling about Cassie. Him and Cassie had been spending quality time together for about a good 8 years. At times, he would sleep with her. They would call him to come into town. One time, Mr. Howard had fell asleep. He was like, "Oh my goodness, Diddy flew me here. I'm in deep, deep trouble." He called me. So he had talked to Mr. Clayton, had talked to Diddy saying, "Hey man, I'm sorry. Ran into one of my exes or whatever, and I spent quality time with her. I'm sorry." He showed Diddy allegedly the picture of the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, or whoever he slept with that night. So he was like, "Yeah, man, she's kind of fly." And he was like, "Oh no, man, I'm about to leave. I'm sorry, I fell asleep. I have allegedly he had said he had been waiting on their call, but then he just wanted to find something to do." Here or there, Mr. Clayton has said he and Cassie has spent quality time off and on for years. Not only did he say that him and Cassie has spent quality time off and on for years, there was times that there was no protection. Why are people having contact with each other with no protection? In his mind, allegedly, he kind of thought that it was him, Cassie, in the situationship. When you look at this situation and how he's delivering it, you can understand he knew, he saw things, he heard things. If he would have been able to take the stand, it would have made Cassie look away because he had been around them. He also felt, Mr. Clayton Howard felt, that if he would have taken a stand, he has a different outlook on the situation with Diddy and Cassie, meaning he has a different outlook on their relationship. He felt that Cassie was very jealous. She would get frustrated with Diddy. If his phone would go off, she would get very frustrated. And he had said that, Mr. Howard has said that Diddy likes peace. He will try and make you be quiet with money. And if I don't go over today some of the breakdown stuff, I'll do it another day. But I'm just telling you how Mr. Howard saw the general situation between Cassie and Diddy. Now, there are people that are not happy with Clayton Howard speaking out against Cassie because a lot of us feel we should protect the victims, and we should. But if somebody else is feeling away, they should be able to tell their story too. This is the difference between my page and another page. If you have a story to tell, let's put it out. What was the situation? He knew Cassie and Diddy for almost 8 years, back and forth. They were also testing him too. In different situations, they were testing him to see if he would pass. In this situation, that situation. This is the biggest thing I can tell you. Go watch TK's interview with him because you're going to hear how he felt, what happened, what transpired. The interview was great. The interview he had was great. It was really, really great. I don't know why the volume would be down. Is this better? I just checked the volume. Hold on one second. Let me double check myself. And I don't know if this tablet, if I'm gonna have to turn it off and turn it back on. Okay, I'll get closer for this video. Is that better? That should be better. That should be better. So this gentleman is talking about the relationship between him, Cassie, and Diddy. So I'm gonna play the video, and I'm glad I didn't play it from the other side. He's gonna tell you what his relationship was with. He's gonna tell you what the relationship was, and I'll start using the other tablet. I just checked myself. You can hear it. You just gotta turn your volume up. I had to do this video. He's going to tell you what happened between him and Cassie. I just heard myself. It's a little low, but if you turn it up, you can hear it. I just checked myself. I just checked it. I always have to check myself. So I'm gonna let him tell y'all the situation. Hold on.
She exposed herself to liability. As a man, Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and
Is that
decided to
better?
mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex
You're go-
menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself.
you're gonna have to turn it up because I just turned mine's up and I can hear myself. You gotta turn it up. You gotta turn the volume up because I'm not gonna exit and come back. So I just checked myself. It's okay. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Be kind in the comments. I'm about to get back to family time. So let's continue.
Cassie's the one who caused that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that. Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people.
Next
As a
clip.
man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasm in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is that she's being supported by women like you who choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt her. It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say he who sets out on the course of revenge should dig two graves. People, Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura.
Okay, so he's talking about, and be kind in the comments. My family gets what I do. Don't be clocking if I want to make a video, not make a video, and if I want to spend quality time. I've been with my family all day, every day. They get what I do, and I can make a 15-minute video, 10-minute video to update my people. What is wrong with y'all people today? Some are cool, but there's some weirdos in here. Maybe y'all off work, and y'all are in the comments. Go on your page and talk about this topic. Hello? But here nor there, Mr. Howard is talking about his quality time with Cassie, with Diddy, and he's basically saying he caught something. That's his allegation. All comments are alleged, but what Mr. Howard is stating, he's basically saying he caught something and allegedly Cassie was pregnant. Okay? And the baby, alleged, of course, is no longer here. And allegedly that transpired without his knowledge.
As a man, if I had laid Cassandra.
So my biggest thing is he is filing. So now I'm going to tell you the other video because now people are responding to him about him suing Cassie. Let's get to the next video.
So good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social.
Hold on. His name is, wait a minute. Da, 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 da. Let me go back. Yeah, this says that the escort name is Clayton Howard. Why did he say Dave? I don't know. Let's continue.
So good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial.
Maybe that's his.
And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women.
Maybe that's his escort name. I don't know. And in any situation, any court case, A judge, jury's going to have to tell us if this is factual or not. Let's continue.
I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't. So, good morning. I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth. That Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him.
Wow.
That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter.
Allegedly.
People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth. That Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She was not responsible for that Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle.
Allegedly.
What I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her. Combs was not responsible for that. That Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated...
Next clip.
It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I end this by saying this.
No, he's talked about Diddy too. Let's continue.
He who sets out on the course of revenge should dig 2 graves. People, Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself by telling more of the lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard is a victim of Cassandra Ventura.
Allegedly.
Clayton Howard didn't ask to be in a relationship with Cassandra Ventura while she was sleeping with numerous men per week. I get it. You all think I was a nasty male prostitute sleeping with They say hell hath no fury like a war with women, all different women all the time. It actually didn't work like that. To have certain types of people that can pay you that well, what you really have to do is you have to focus on people who are affluent. And affluent people don't engage in activities like that. So I might have had a client once a month. The truth is, I was only a male escort for 2 years.
Okay, so there's that. I just wanted to update you guys in regards to what's being talked about, what's being said. I can't confirm or deny. It is still going to be up to the courts to find out if what he is saying is factual, whether there's text messages, whatever. Go over to the interview. He did an interview today. It's a full interview. He also wrote a book. He also wrote a book. So go over to the interview because he's talking about the book, who wanted the book, what transpired. They were to try and silence him until allegedly after the court case. Go over to the interview. You're going to get informed once you go to TK's interview. He just finished an hour or two ago. I just got home, so I popped on live, and I'm just updating you guys on what's being alleged. Many people felt away when she took the stand. The messages, the voicemail calls, the setting things up. Now, allegedly, things are adding up in regards to people questioning Cassie. People are questioning Diddy, Cassie. We've always said that this is a toxic relationship. And I can't believe that the attorneys were saying this is a great modern day love story. It's not. Mothers, teach your daughters different. This whole situation between Cassie and Diddy and these people they hired is concerning. Period. It's all concerning. Period. Let's get that very clear. I don't support none of this foolishness. There are people that are saying, no, no, you were the one. You got hired. You went. You chose not to protect yourself. No, it's all sad, toxic, and concerning. Let's be very clear about that. And the courts will decide if this lawsuit will move forward or get dismissed. The courts will decide. It's not even for me to decide. I'm not an attorney. But when I see something, hear something, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, if he's lying, the courts will call him out. If he's telling the truth, the courts will call it out. This whole situation is not healthy. We talk about healthy, safe relationships over here. I'm not for Cassie. I'm not for Diddy. And then the biggest thing is many people felt that the jurors made a bad decision, period. It's like, how could you not? But it was up to them. It was given in their hands to make a decision. Many of us felt the feds should have called many people to the stand, and they did not. Many people felt that the feds should have called many people to the stand, and they did not. So, my page, we talk about what's trending, we talk about what's hot. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with content creators. A lot of content creators had a great experience at the trial. They got their bag, they were on other news media. Proud of those content creators that walked in grace, honor, and they went to get a story. Some were looking for media attention, clicks, and views. That's their page. Some pages still do clickbait. Some pages are being called out for lying. I can't confirm or deny. We cover everything. We cover everything. That's what we do over here. So, I told you guys from the beginning what pages I was listening to. Those pages were on different media. Articles was written about them. Some pages were called out for not telling the truth. We get our information and news from the news. So whatever's put out by the news, that's what we're going to talk about. So kudos to all the media that went there day in and day out, that sat in that courtroom. I couldn't do it. I told y'all, I was comfortable in the crib. With my boo, my family, I was comfortable here doing a video for an hour or two. Even if somebody would have gave me a plane ticket and free hotel, plane ticket and free hotel, I still wouldn't have gone. I covered it right here in the safety and comfort of my home. I am so glad this trial is over. The jurors made a decision. It is what it is. Yeah. I think it's my tablet, you guys. That's all it is. My tablet's normally fine. I flip back from one tablet to another, but I'm hearing myself. It's fine. Yeah, so I'm hearing myself. I just checked myself. So anyway, make whatever comments. I wanted to go live. I wanted to talk with you guys. Sometimes, you know, technology works. Sometimes it's a problem. My other tablet's been working fine too. So I know I will cut this one off, reset it, and it'll be fine. Normally, it is what it is. So you guys can normally hear it. Y'all know there's times that people go live, you can't even hear them at all. So you guys can hear me. I just checked it. But all in all, I wanted to go live, explain to you what's being talked about, what the ex person that engaged with time with Diddy and Cassie, he is allegedly stating his feelings about things. Go check out the interview that was today. We had been seeing on Neighborhood Talk, on the Shade Room, we had seen him speaking about Cassie and Diddy, but he allegedly has a lawsuit against Cassie. And he's also talking about what he saw in regards to Cassie and Diddy. He said it's sad of how she was treated. He's basically saying he didn't love her. He would have married her. He didn't love her. Why are you wanting her to sleep with other men? So there was a lot that was covered in that interview. She did really well. And then I guess he couldn't speak until after the trial. Many people could not speak until after the trial. Many people were subpoenaed, but they didn't take the stand. Do you guys feel that the feds dropped the ball? Let me know. Do you guys feel that the feds dropped the ball? Let me know in the comments. Do you feel that the jurors did a great job? Let me know in the comments. Were you surprised that he did not get bail? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I just checked my sound again. It's working. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you this story. Okay, I just wanted to bring you guys this story. Um, let's see. Hold on one second. Like the video as you guys come in. Okay, this is another situation that's going on. Allegedly, there is an alternate juror that's speaking out. Go over to TMC. Sometimes I'll give you guys general stuff. There's an alternate juror that's speaking out. He's done his interview and he's speaking out. Won't really be getting into that. He says he has a lot of notes in regards to the court case. And he also says he felt that the jurors made the right decision. A lot of people have their different feelings about whether the jury did right, didn't do right. It was given to them to make a decision and they made it. Some people are not happy with it, some people are. Let's see. Yeah. So he's also go on to the Neighborhood Talk. He's talking about Dawn Richard. Yeah, he's talking about Dawn Richard. Yeah, so his interview is trending. The alternate juror. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, so his name is Clayton Howard. And he said his name was brought up allegedly in the court case a lot. For his name to be brought up and they don't let him take the stand, I side-eye that. There's many people's names that were brought up in the court case and they didn't take the stand. So there's two charges that Diddy was guilty in. Racketeering, he was not guilty. So many people were surprised. Many people said they didn't have the RICO. They didn't have it. So there's that. So I just wanted to go live. I'm about to finish enjoying the holiday with fam. And I just wanted to go live to tell you guys what's generally going on. I had told you I was going to go live anyway. But after I watched the interview with TK, I had to tell you guys, go listen to what he's talking about. Because if he wrote a book and he has text messages, he wrote the book allegedly from the messages and his experience. If this was an 8-year situation between him and Cassie, 8 years is a long time. He knows a lot. And the reason why I'm telling you guys to go watch the interview, he dropped a lot of dimes. I will support a page and not give you all bit by bit by bit. You should definitely go watch the interview and tell them that Let's Talk About It Media sent you over. Yes. So be kind in the comments. YouTube will block your comments. That's not even me because I've said certain comments can't be welcomed in my chat. So YouTube will block you. I'm not even blocking whatever you're saying. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are enjoying your holiday with your family. What's the weather like where you're at? It's hot where I'm at. Okay. It also my sound it has a little static where I'm hearing it. So I'm not gonna stay on live. Yeah, hot, yeah. It's gonna be hot. They're saying for today, tomorrow, and maybe the next day. But luckily I had pre-cooked a lot of stuff late yesterday. And then I only had to do a few things today. So we're able to sit in the air. I even got one of those Arctic airs. I feel bad for my air conditioner. I've been just running it and running it and running it. My bill's gonna be crazy. But I like to keep cool and watch my movies and do me and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are keeping cool. Check on the elderly, check on your family. Um, Make sure if you got an extra air conditioner, you don't mind lending it out, lend it out. But if you don't trust that they'll give it back, just keep it. But yeah, check on your friends, check on your family, check on your parents, check on the elderly. Make sure they're, putting bottle of water in the freezer and they're going to keep cool. If they put bottled water in the freezer, it should hopefully keep them cool for hours. So that's sometimes what we do. But be safe, everyone. Thanks for being here. Because of my audio, I'm not going to stay long live, but I do have a different tablet. I'll check out the other tablet. No one said anything about feedback, but when I did some of my shorts, the volume was low then. So I'll just have to probably turn this off, turn it back on, and hopefully it'll be okay. Technical issues happen all the time, but people to try and shade and say less than I don't care. I'm here doing what I got to do, making my videos. Normally, my quality is fine. So, for me to have quality problems today, after making 5,000 videos, everyone's okay in the comments. You be all right. Throw your shade your way. But anyway, check out Instagram. Mr. Clayton Howard is speaking up against Cassie and Diddy. It's not just Cassie, he's speaking up about both of them. And he had also said that whenever Diddy don't like the negative. He'll throw some money at you to be quiet and not be negative around him. So go check out TK's interview. I appreciate you all for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all have subscribed. We are almost at 40K. I appreciate you guys for the replay game. Please subscribe and please hit the like button. Y'all, we got 28 likes and there's probably several views on this video. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope y'all is kind in the comments. I'm close, so I can't see every comment, but be kind. You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use prevented by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. So what's being talked about is the Clayton Howard situation, what happened outside the courtroom, what was happening inside the courtroom buildings and elevators. Some men were talked to, and some women were acting like, what about it? So you got to be careful confronting men too. You got to be careful confronting people in the lines. So there's a lot going on. I do not do YouTube beefs. I stay out of that sector. I talk about hot topics, trending topics. I don't have time. Some of those people got weird ticks anyway. They drink too much. They powder puffing. They messing with their nose. I ain't got time for none of that. That's weird to me. They don't know what culture they are. They what is that? They code switch a lot, and there are a lot of great content creators. So I focus on the content creators that's doing great things, and they stay on topic. I can't do the YouTube beats. I ain't got time for that. So I always bring y'all what I can bring y'all. So if you ever hear that something's going on, I probably won't even address it because I don't care that much. People don't know who I am. I don't know who they are. And we talk about celebrities. That's what we do. Hot topics, trending topics. But there's a lot that happened inside the courtroom, in elevators, and outside the courtroom. So I saw a lot of video stuff today. And it kind of gave me a different perspective. When Diddy's family thought he was coming home, and they cut off some people and they made them kind of go across the street, but a lot of people were still on that side. um a lot happened. Once people were talking about the verdict, people felt like, you know the jury should have made a different choice. But people were also like, be careful of the information you put out factual information. I've been hearing people I've been listening to for a year or two saying, at first I was cool with them. I was cool with that person, but when I saw them making videos and lying, I couldn't sit next to them. I couldn't help them. I wasn't sharing my notes with them anymore. So that's why we stay on topic with the news. And I'm glad I always did it that way. So be blessed, be kind, focus on healthy, safe relationships. Have a great holiday, you guys. Be safe tonight. Make sure your man is safe with if they're planning on putting out the fireworks. Make sure your man and your partner is being safe. Some people are not paying attention. Some people are too close. Be safe with your cars. Be safe with your houses. Make sure there's no cars around. I want everybody to say have a safe holiday. Enjoy that food. Get some good ice cream. Get some good food. I was just enjoying the food, enjoying the peace. I had a great morning with the family. It's hot, but I go to places where I know there won't be no drama, no conflict. I ain't got time for it. The man above is in the blessing business. And if you stay around like minded people, you have less stress, less drama. When people call me about a lot of drama, it's like, I'm having a great day. Sorry, I can't help you today. Real talk. And then sometimes I'll be like, okay, figure it out. You'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? So do what you can to try and help people because you never know what everybody's going through. But focus on healthy, safe relationship. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Go look up Clayton Howard. He's telling his side of what he feels about Cassie. He's telling his side of what he feels about Cassie. So there's going to be many different stories after the trial, after the verdict. Are you guys surprised of how the verdict came out? Are you guys surprised of what the jury decided? Are you guys surprised of after the aftermath of all the drama? Some pages love drama. Some pages love conflict. They love it. They feed off of it. It's weird, but some pages feed off that stuff. And that's probably how their lives are. You can't be lying on people. There's certain stuff I've been told and heard. I will address it when it happens. I don't have to be first. I don't have to do clickbait. We debunk stuff over here too. We debunk stuff. I'm hearing different stuff and I've heard it from two sources. But y'all know me. I got to hear it from three sources. So people's pages are being taken down. What? There's a lot going on. So there's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. People love drama. People love conflict. They just do. Not me. Leave me alone. I love peace. I love peace. And if I got to get involved in some stuff, I'll do and I'll got to address. But for now, we talk about hot topics, trending topics. So after the verdict, a lot of stuff is happening in regards to Diddy, Cassie. Now that people know Cassie won money, that might be it too. But certain people have held out on saying stuff for almost a year until this trial was over. I'll just say that. Go watch his interview that he did today. Go look it up. Clayton Howard, go look up the interview with TK. So there's that. Well wishes. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you all. Do you feel that he got a fair trial? Do you feel that the judge was fair? Do you think that the attorneys did a great job? Everybody has their opinion, and you can, because people are grown over here and outside, and people can have opinion. And see, that's the other thing. Not everybody gonna tell you everything. So some people know stuff that other people don't know. Some people will see stuff that other people don't see. It's okay. Here, it's a safe space for people to be respectful. As long as you're not rude to me and people in my comments, I'm good. But people see stuff, hear stuff, and that's what how they address it. So now that I've heard what happened in elevators, what happened in the courthouse, what happened outside the courthouse, what happened at the lunch table, so a lot of stuff was going on, real talk, and there's people shading his family, well wishes to his family. You know what I'm saying? He has children. He's older. They're still trying to, kick their careers off. So wishing the family well. You know what I mean? But here nor there. Choices were made. People got in relationships that they should have left years ago. People got in situations they should have left years ago. Employees experienced stuff that they shouldn't have experienced. Real talk. But thanks everyone. Be blessed. Have a great day. Goodbye. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Bye everyone.